Hello everyone and welcome to I Speak You Listen channel, about the man credited with being the architect of modern China. Today, we explore the extraordinary life of Deng Xiaoping. This is the story of a revolutionary who was purged, exiled, and who, against all odds, returned to power to launch the greatest economic transformation in world history. For our English learners, Deng's biography provides rich, complex vocabulary in politics, economics, and ideology. I will be speaking clearly, so focus on the pronunciation of names and key phrases like pragmatic and economic liberalization. Ready to dive into the life of a Paramount leader? Let's begin. Early life and revolution, 1904-1949. Deng Xiaoping was born Deng Xiaoping in 1904 in Sichuan province, the son of a wealthy landowner. His journey to becoming a communist began far from home. At just 16, he traveled to France as part of a work-study program. It was there, among other Chinese expatriates like Zhou Enlai, that he was attracted to the revolutionary ideas of communism. He changed his name to Xiaoping, meaning little peace, to signify this new phase. He quickly became a dedicated revolutionary, a political commissar in the Red Army, and participated in the legendary Long March in the 1930s, when the communists ultimately took power in 1949. Deng was a crucial, high-ranking member of the inner circle. Deng versus Mao, the pragmatist's exile. Deng's early career saw him rise to general, secretary of the Chinese Communist Party. However, his pragmatic approach to fixing China's economy soon brought him into conflict with Chairman Mao Zedong's strict ideology. Deng famously said, "It doesn't matter whether a cat is black or white as long as it catches mice." This philosophy, that results matter more than dogma, was a direct challenge to Mao's radical policies, like the disastrous Great Leap Forward. During the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, Deng was purged and publicly humiliated. He lost all his positions and was sent to the countryside for political re-education. This period of exile was a defining experience that only hardened his focus on economic recovery. The comeback and paramount power, 1976-1978. Mao Zedong died in 1976, and the political climate shifted immediately. Following a brief struggle for power, Deng Xiaoping was formally reinstated. By 1978, he had consolidated his power as China's paramount leader. Deng knew China was on the brink of economic collapse. He decided the time for rigid ideology was over. His vision was a new path, socialism with Chinese characteristics. The goal was simple: poverty is not socialism. To get rich is glorious. The Reform and Opening Up, 1978 onwards. This period, known as Reform and Opening Up, was Deng's greatest legacy. He implemented sweeping, transformative economic policies. He introduced what are essentially free market mechanisms while maintaining strict Communist Party control. Agriculture, farmers were given back, individual control over their land, and could sell surplus produce. Industry, he reduced state control, giving factory managers the authority to pursue profits. Foreign investment, he created special economic zones, SEZs, like Shenzhen, a village that exploded into a metropolis, to attract foreign investment, technology, and trade. The result? Within a generation, China was lifted from extreme poverty, and its economy began its astonishing, rapid rise to become a global economic powerhouse. The authoritarian line and legacy. Despite his economic liberalization, Deng remained firmly committed to the Communist Party's monopoly on political power. His most controversial decision came in 1989 with the Tiananmen Square protests. When large crowds of students demonstrated for political reform, Deng ordered a military crackdown, a decision that severely tarnished his international image and highlighted the limits of political freedom. In his new China, Deng Xiaoping formally retired in 1992 but remained influential until his death in 1997. His legacy is one of stark contrasts. He is the man who created the economic miracle that lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty, yet he also firmly cemented China's authoritarian political structure. The life of Deng Xiaoping is a powerful lesson in resilience and the tension between economic freedom and political control. He took a nation weakened by poverty and revolution and positioned it to become the world power it is today. For your English practice, remember those challenging terms: pragmatic, exile, consolidation, and liberalization. Listen to this section again. and try to match the rhythm and clarity of the speech. What is your biggest takeaway from Deng Xiaoping's life? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this history lesson helpful for your English fluency, please like this video and subscribe for more. Thank you for practicing with me.